Okay. Beta. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm from, man. I'm from that. What it do, still with the camp, sound like a lamb, big boss hog, boss down, K-Po through the dough. Hit the top this box, if I get my soliloquy, remember, toe ties don't last, cause people do don't have yourself. Caught him in the foul line, maybe matter. Peak game, made the foes over what's on. Your boy getting old, man. I woke up this morning, I woke up pretty energized, go to the gym, shoulder hurting. I said, bro, what the yesterday my knee was hurting. I said, bro, what's going on, bro? Why is this happening? But it is what it is. I still did my workout. Nothing stops me. You know what I'm saying? I'm all gas, no brakes. You know what I'm saying? But then my back's still messed up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not able to lift as heavy as I want to. So I just rep 225 on bench. But anyway, let's talk boxing. Abdullah Mason is gonna fight Jeremia Nakathila on the Keyshawn Davis versus Edwin De Los Santos undercard in Norfolk, Virginia. I know in my last video I said Newark, Virginia. I went back and watched it. So my bad to the people in Norfolk, Virginia. I like the fight. It's a good step-up fight for Abdullah Mason. Nakathila got a lot of power. He's on a 3-fight win streak. He's coming off of a TKO win. And then I think the fight before that, he had a knockout and then a unanimous decision. So, the dude got power. That's a fight that Shakur Stevenson fought. I think he's in double digits in knockouts. So he got power. You know what I mean? But so does Abdullah Mason. I think Abdullah Mason is 18-0 with 16 knockouts. So it's a good step-up fight for Abdullah Mason. I also saw that Abdullah Mason signed with Ring Magazine. He's a Ring Magazine ambassador with Turkey Al-Sheikh. So, shout out to Abdullah Mason, man. Things are looking good for the young man. I think, like I said, this is a good step-up fight for Abdullah Mason. And I like the fact that how they moving him. They're not moving him too fast. They're moving him at the right pace. They putting him in there with, decent talent. Each fighter that he get in there with is a little tougher, adds a little bit of, experience for him, and offers, for him to, really showcase his skill set. And I just think that, they Top Rank is moving him in the right manner. You know what I'm saying? And I think by probably the end of this year, he should be contending, or maybe the top of next year be, contending for a title. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the dude is performing. I mean, he fought a fighter that Rolly fought. And, Rolly went the distance with that guy. I think it was Jaime something. Rolly went the distance with that fighter. Abdullah Mason knocked him out. You know what I mean? And there's a couple of fighters that a couple of top guys that went the distance with, or it took them a little longer to knock them out, and Abdullah Mason knocked them out sooner. So this is a good step-up test for Abdullah Mason. Now, yet again, this is another common opponent for Shakur Stevenson, right? What do you mean, boss? Why Shakur being brought up? Shakur being brought up because of this factor, right? Shakur Stevenson is trying to make all the little young guys his little bros so he ain't got to fight them, right? But nobody talking about that, okay? Everybody just like, oh, it's okay. No, it's not okay. Ain't no friends. If they in your weight class, ain't no friends. Ain't in around your weight class, ain't no friends. So if they at 30, 35, 40, they ain't your friends. I get it. If they at 26, 47, 54, okay, yeah. But if they in and around your weight class, they potentially could be your opponent. So ain't no friends. And Shakur Stevenson trying to make brothers and friends and lovers, whatever he trying to do. I don't know what's going on with that. This new generation weird to me, bro. Like, I don't get it. I see people in the comments say, oh, man, so K-Po, you ain't got no friends. Man, look, all I'm telling you is I'm a man first. And at the end of the day, if you in my way, you getting ran off. That's what it is. We still could be cool. We ain't gotta not be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, man, it's not personal, it's business. Y'all got to separate business from personal. That's the problem with y'all. This 2025 is soft. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like this era, and I got to rant a little bit. Everybody want to be friends. You got dudes wearing purses, fingernail polish, women clothes, boys talking about they pitching, you know what I'm saying, and catching. It's crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got, girls trying to be like men. It's ridiculous, bro. I miss the old days, bro. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I miss the old school days, bro. Like, all these boys now, man, they weirdos, man. They doing weirdo stuff, man. You can't even, that's why I don't go nowhere, man. I just stay in the house. I don't go nowhere, man. Is this world weird? But, anyway, I'm sorry. Like the fight, you know what I mean? Good step up fight. But Abdullah Mason, is able to knock out Nakathila. This kind of makes you look at Shakur Stevenson and be like, like, so, and I would love to see Abdullah Mason versus Shakur Stevenson. That's a great scrap. But Shakur Stevenson gonna find a way to elude and maneuver out of that fight and change the narrative, and y'all gonna let him change the narrative. I'm the only channel that's still pushing for that man to fight Keyshawn Davis. I ain't heard nobody else say that. You know what I mean? I ain't heard nobody else say that. Nobody said, hey, man, you know what? Shakur, you need to fight Keyshawn Davis. I'm the only channel on YouTube that's pushing for that fight. All the fans, they're brothers. They're not going to fight each other. They're brothers. I don't care what you're talking about. They need to fight, bro. Real talk. That's it. Like, I ain't even finna freestyle off of that. That's it. They need to fight. Y'all in the same weight class. Y'all both are champions. Fight. If y'all not gonna fight, Keyshawn Davis need to move out the division, or Shakur need to move out the division. All right? Abdullah Mason, I like his mindset too, because he like, shit, man, I'll fight them. I don't care, bro. They not my real. All the people I wouldn't fight is my real brothers. Which, me, I'm sorry. I'll fight my real brother. I don't care, man. It's putting money in both our pockets. You know what I'm saying? I'll fight my real brother. I'll be like, bro, we just can't be cool for 3 months up to the fight, and immediately after we fight, we'll be back cool. Everything will be back good. You know what I'm saying? And that's it, bro. Ain't no slice of the dice here. I'm not finna be out here, I would never fight my brother. Man, I'll fight my brother quick. With the quickness. We gonna fight. Hey, bro, what's happening? Hey, so we gotta fight, bro. You're a champion. Me and Mama said, I don't care about none of that, bye. You know what I'm saying? That's me. I'm just saying. Like, I don't care about none of that. You know what I mean? Like, hey, bro, we could be cool. We still could be cool. We still go to a family reunion. We just gotta fight. That's what it is. So, but good step up fight for Abdullah Mason. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's go.